Adrian Starks is with me again today, and if you wouldn't mind telling us what you do when you're faced with certain decisions and you have to make one.
You know, the thing I do with decisions, I have to decide what is going to be the effect. What is going to be the result of the decision I make? I always look at it from a level of intention first. And I discovered that there's two major decisions you'll make in your life as an individual, as a human being, or a human becoming, because we're constantly evolving as something better or something that we don't want based off of our decision-making processes. The
Right.
first powerful decision one can make is to learn good, productive habits. And this means that we have to start being aware, consciously aware of what we are doing on a daily basis. A lot of us are rolling around in autopilot. We roll out of the bed in the morning and we're like, oh, let me reach over and grab the weekend. And we're just going on this clock. And so the first step is making productive habits. What are you doing in the morning when you wake up? What are some of your steps you take? Are you showing a sign of gratitude in the morning? Do you have some things set out that you're going to be doing that day that you're going to focus on? Do you get a little reading in the morning or listen to something positive in the morning to get your mind going on the right track? These are productive habits. And the second thing that you can do that's the most powerful decision is to unlearn unproductive bad habits. And what we mean by that? Well, doing things just because other people are doing them. Doing things because it's easy. Doing things and making the excuse, well, I'm just doing this because I don't have enough time.
Right.
And you're doing things that are easy for you because you just don't want to risk failure. That's an unproductive bad habit. And so we have to make decisions deliberately every single day of what we want to do with our day. That's how we can win our days.
When we win our days, though, when it gets to that point where you want to change a habit, because let's face it, habits aren't easy always to break. Like so it's just one of those things. Like, I mean, let's face it, like how long does it take to change a habit? And that means you have to be consistent. And I would suggest, at least the very minimum 21 days. And up to 30 days, and then keep going, to break that paradigm. For me, what I had to do was do that exact exercise every single morning. This is what I'm going to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, and that kind of thing. And sooner or later, things started to change. My life and where I was going became happier, and I was like excited to get going on my journey, and it's something I really help. I hope people who listening will do this more often, because you'll be surprised just how quickly your life can change by just getting up in the morning and feeling good. And when you agree with me,
I agree with you 100%. And the first thing you do is, before your feet even touch the ground, you say thank you. 2 words, powerful words, thank you. Because why? You have another day to get it right. I always say my best day is only today, because it's the only day I can live and breathe and do something of value out here. I cannot live tomorrow. I cannot live yesterday. I only have today. What happened yesterday does not matter. If we hold on to what happened yesterday, that's an emotion that you're attaching to something that cannot be changed.
Right.
So if we're living today, we're living in the present tense, and we're saying, what can I create that will bring me, hopefully, a better tomorrow? And when we live in a state of gratitude and thankfulness every single day, and I'm not saying it's easy. Here's the thing. There's bills to pay. There's problems going on. You got people in your life that are crazy. It's not always easy. Or you may have this irate boss at work, or people are getting on your nerves. It's not easy to just say thank you and have a big smile on your face. But that becomes the discipline to realize that you must say thank you. That opens the vault for more things coming through. People always want answers, but in order to get answers, you got to ask questions. In order to receive, you must give. So we give by saying thank you for what I do have in my life. Thank you for what is going right. How many of us wake up in the morning? You realize how hard it is to wake up in the morning as an individual? It's hard.
Yep.
Because life is not easy. If you have vision, that's something to be grateful for. If you have a beating heart, that's something to be grateful for. If you have legs, feet that can move, that's something to be grateful for. If you have an ability to hear, that's something to be grateful for, because these are tools. And I find it very interesting. We have things given to us that make us already wealthy and powerful. Three things. We have a mind that is yet untapped, that's not really used that much. It's working at its lowest potential. Two, we have talents and abilities that we've yet discovered because we spend so much time trying to please other people and hoping people don't, X us out of their group.
Right.
We're trying to fit in. And the third thing we have is we have time. Time is probably the most valuable asset anyone can have, because when the clock runs out, that's it. Nothing more. And when you realize you have three things you're waking up every day that you have the ability to use to your advantage, this makes you become a person of decisions. You have the ability to make decisions. Decisions lead into a result of something. And so you're not controlled by other people's decisions. What you're controlled by is your inability to see that your decisions give you control.
Right. And that's a good point. I mean, we do forget that when you become fully in control of your own life, it's because you're making decisions and you are going to those places where you want to go. And hey, come on. Like, we all make a mistake when a decision is made, but at the very least, when you're about to make a decision, make it quick. Make a decision that's quick enough where you had a little bit of time to process, and then realize, well, okay, if this doesn't work out, it doesn't work, I'll be happy with it. At least be happy in that moment when you make that decision.
Here's the thing that, exactly, and here's a little caveat here for people listening, and I want you to write this down, a gold nugget that I realized about successful people. They're quick to make a decision, but they're very slow to change it. Think about that.
I like it.
They're quick to make a decision, but they're very slow to change it because they're prompt. They have confidence to know that I'm going to do this. This is going to work for me, or this is not going to work for me. And they have so much more confidence, they're not going to back away from that decision. When I had the opportunity to go to Buffalo, New York, and this is back to the Buffalo trip here that I recently took for the Champion Up Tour, I could have easily said, oh, it's in Buffalo. That's way across from Seattle. I don't feel like going over there. That's going to be too much of my time, my energy. I want to just do something close by that's easy for me.
Yep.
I could have done that. But I said, no, I'm going to make this work. And I did it. And I did not know what the results were going to be, ladies and gentlemen. I was uncertain. I didn't know what was going to happen when I arrived there. I didn't know if people were going to be the right audience for me or what was going to. I just knew that I had to do this because I felt confident to know that if I don't make this decision, I never will.
Right.
And so we have to just jump into things at times, not knowing what's going to happen on the other end of that door. And sometimes you will be amazed what's on the other side of that door. And you'll say to yourself, why did I even think this before? Because you couldn't see it.
Exactly.
We live in a world where we want to see things first. Show me and then I'll believe it. No, you got to believe it first.
Before you see it.
And if you have that mentality, well, I don't see the results. I don't see the money. I don't see the people. Well, guess what? You're never going to see it because you're never going to do it to actually get those results.
Yeah.
And you just have to do it and get yourself involved.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So moving on with almost the last, we're actually having to go here. Actually, Adrian, I'm sorry to say, but we're going to leave you, our listeners, with some stuff here because I think it's important. Yes. First of all, you've got a wonderful quote that I think you should share with everyone by Horace Mann, if you wouldn't mind telling the world that one.
Yes. So Horace Mann is someone who's really impacted me. And when you're on your journey to learning new things in life and expanding yourself, find people, mentors through books, through classes, workshops, seminars, wherever you can, that can enlighten you. And write the things down that touch you, because these things can be that green light for you, can be the directions that you can take moving forward.
Right.
Horace Mann said something that was very powerful. And he said that we should all be afraid to die until we have won some victory for mankind. And I want you all to think about that. We should all be afraid to die until we've won some victory for mankind. And what he is saying here is that, and Wayne Dyer also talks about this too, the great Wayne Dyer. He said that don't die with your music still left in you. It's kind of that parallel of not leaving this world until you have done something of value that you approve of. I'm going to say you, not the world, not family, not friends, but that you have approved of, because your vision is going to be only clear to you. Now, it's great to have people in your corner and helping you. I have great family. I have some good friends and associates. But at the end of the day, this is my vision. And I want people to help me. But if they don't see my vision, I'm going to keep it moving. And I will not leave this world until I see some of that vision. I was just telling Antony, ladies and gentlemen, that I used to have a problem driving past cemeteries. And I would always turn my head away because I didn't want to look at the cemetery because I knew what it represented. Death. And it made me scared because I was like, I don't want to be over there. But here's the reality. We all are going to leave at some time. Yes, that is the reality. We cannot escape life.
No kidding.
That is an absolute guaranteed.
Yeah.
We are going to all leave at some point. Some may leave earlier than others, but nevertheless, we're all going to leave. So the question is, what are you going to do while you are here? Are we going to sit and just say, I want to live 100 years of life being comfortable, being safe? Or are we going to say, I want to live my life knowing that I gave it a go? I gave it a try. And so now when I drive past a cemetery, I look at that cemetery and I say, this may be a place where I will reside at some point in my life, but it is not going to be right now. Not until I've done some work out here and claimed my space and made some things happen.
Excellent.
And when that happens, yes, the cemetery can welcome me because I know I can evade it. But it will not do that now, not while I have a say in it.
Absolutely. Love it. I love it, Adrian. Adrian Starks, everyone, thank you very, very much for joining me today. And we do have to give these folks some homework because I hope they took notes. The homework, I think, and we talked about this. Number one, if there is someone out there right now that you know and love, and they love you to bits, they know who you are, what you're doing, and you haven't talked to that person, once after you've listened to this, give them a phone call and just say hi, just for whatever reason. You don't have to say why. You just want to talk to them because you know what? Once someone goes, they're gone. And like we were just talking about in, as a cemetery thing, keep in touch with those people that you know, love, and trust, and only talk to them about your secrets and your wildest dreams. Number two, homework, which is the hardest one. What do you think it is, Adrian?
Number two would probably have to be, since we're talking about calling up the good people in your life, I think we had a conversation about the people who were the ones in your life that were not really good for you.
Yep.
Like those toxic people that you might just not call. And you might just have to tell them that I need a break from you. And some you might just have to cut them off completely. Now, when I say the word cut off, I want us to understand that let's be honest with people. I believe in being straightforward. If you have someone in your life and they're very toxic to you, warn them. Tell them that I don't like this behavior anymore and I really don't feel like you're supporting me or you've been this way. Be upfront with them and then let them know that if this is going to continue, I'm going to end this. And then if they continue, you end it. But I would say not to just go, as we would say, I guess the young kids would say these days, go ghost on people.
I've heard of that
young
one.
Terminology.
Yeah.
And just disappear. But just say, hey, if you want to talk to me, you know my number. If you want to talk to me, you can message me, send me an email. Let's have a time to chat. And then you can do some more investigation and find out if this person is going to be good for your journey. And I'm not asking you to cut away a childhood friend you've known forever, but you don't have to give them 80% of your time either. Learn to let people be as they are at a distance. and value your time and give your time to the people in life that truly matter to you. And if you have someone in your life that's just really negative and they're being mean or they're constantly shooting down your dream, your ideas, your goals, and making you feel unworthy and inadequate, yes, you've got to walk away from it. You know, it's interesting that I want to leave on this note here. Alexander the Great did something very powerful when his men couldn't. There was a guy named Gordius, and Alexander and his troops were traveling through this town, and Gordius was notorious for tying knots. So he had these two big carriages, and he had a rope that went across, and he tied his famous knot. The men of Alexander the Great walked up to this knot, and they kept tugging at it, trying to pull it apart, and they got frustrated. They turned around, and they looked at Alexander, and they said, "There's no way we can do this. We can't travel through this town. We have to go around." Alexander the Great walked up to the knot, he tugged at it, and he said, "It's a pretty good knot." But then he pulled out his sword, and he slashed through that knot. Just a simple slash, a decision to cut that thing away. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you got a situation, you find yourself all tied up in a knot and you're getting all upset about it and you just keep getting yourself tangled up, maybe it's time to cut the knot completely. And that's the only way you're going to get through to your life.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you very, very much, Adrian. Adrian, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, so you can find me. You can find me on championup.net. That's the word champion up.net. That's my website. You can go there. I'm posting new things on that. You'll find some new videos. You can also sign up for my newsletter that I'll be sending out monthly. I'm on Instagram as A_Champ, so A_star_champ. You can find me on Facebook as Adrian Starks. You can find me on Twitter, Adrian R. Starks. And pretty much you can find me anywhere on social media. And if you want to know what my next event is right now, that's pending. We're working on that for the Seattle area, for the Vancouver, British Columbia area, and other areas around the U.S., and I will be letting you all know pretty soon.
Excellent. Sounds good. Adrian, thank you again, and thank everyone for joining us. We can't wait to do this again. Adrian, we're going to do this again soon, hopefully in the summer sometime.
Absolutely. We'll do it in the summer again, and absolutely, everyone, I just want everyone to know to champion up your lives. It's time to champion up to you.
You're listening to
Antony Scandale.
Ignite your inner power and watch your world change.